Yo, what up? Welcome back. It's your boy Scholar G, and I'm here again. And what I want to talk about is amino acids. Now, I want people to understand something. It took me a lot of studying and understanding about this whole amino acid stuff and this protein stuff. And I want everybody to understand something. The way we've been taught about a lot of things has really made things more complicated than what it should have been. It's things that we know about the human anatomy should have been more simple, but because we are indoctrinated with so much science, so much complicated things, we don't even know the basic things about the human anatomy. All right. I'm going to try to break these things down as simple as possible as I can so I can get you guys to understand how simple all this stuff really is and how simple our diet should really be. And I mean as simple as in eating fruits, eating mushrooms, and taking herbs. Okay? Notice I didn't say vegetables, okay? Because it's specific vegetables you do eat, but there are a lot of hybrid vegetables. So anyway, I want you guys to take a look at what I'm showing, okay? The human body has, according to science, okay, according to what we're told, the human body has 20 amino acids. I repeat, the human body has 20 amino acids. So these 20 amino acids, right, is in average in everyone's body, right? It's what makes up everybody. It's the building blocks of the human body. Now, this is where I'm going to explain to you why this is going to be basic on how I can prove that we supposed to consume foods that require these specific amino acids. Why? Because if my DNA, okay, if everybody's DNA has these 20 amino acids, it will only make sense that you were supposed to consume the same similar amino acids to continue to structure that DNA. Now, I hope you understand what I'm saying with that. I'm basically saying that all these names that you see here should be the same names in the foods that you eat. I'm going to repeat it one more time. The same names that you see here should be in the same names in the foods that you eat. Now, I want you to understand something before you jump off and probably go look up some food that has these amino acids in it. The internet is very compounded with so much lack of proof, lack of true evidence about what you should eat. And this is why I'm saying this. If you go and look up something like, for example, you know I'm against meat, right? Okay, so you guys know I don't eat meat like that. But if you look up, for example, what amino acids that's in, I don't know, chicken, right? These amino acids might pop up in chicken. So I don't want you to think because those amino acids that popped up in chicken means that, oh, well, I can eat chicken then. What is he talking about? No. See, this is where things get a little bit more technical, okay? You have to understand that the body does not just have these amino acids. They have alkaloid amino acids that's supposed to correlate with what you eat that has alkaloid amino acids. So The alkaloid amino acids are acids that come primarily from plants. Okay? If it doesn't have alkaloid amino acids in your foods, it is not supposed to be something you consume because it does not resonate with your DNA. This is the part where things get confusing. Because, for example, if you eat beef or a cow or whatever, and it has the amino acids that you see in this list, it's not going to tell you everything that also it contains. There's amino acids that animals carry that we don't have, and you're going to end up consuming those amino acids also, and they're not going to align up with your DNA. This is why when people eat meat, it does affect your DNA. Okay, it does, which means it affects your behaviors and your hormones, which is connected to your behaviors again, which goes back to, you know, your neurons, you know, the neurology aspect of the body, which is your nervous system. Okay, you have to understand that when you're eating foods, these foods have to correlate with your DNA, and this is what I've been looking up. Okay. I'm gonna give you two examples. You got lysine, for example, which is an essential amino acid for the human body. When you do enough research, you will find out that, you know, lysine are primarily in plants, primarily in alkaloid plants. Plants that have electrons, which means plants that are actual real plants, not hybrid plants and not GMO. Real wild plants that's edible. I'll give you another one. Valine. Valine has the amino acids in valine are in fruits. We're talking about cherries. We're talking about, you know, and of course they have to be seeded. Okay. We're talking about watermelons, seeded watermelons. We're talking about strawberries, you know, we're talking about peaches, you know, those type of fruits. Okay. Methane, I'm sorry, I'm pronouncing it wrong. I have a serious speech issue. So you guys please help me out with this. I have a serious speech issue. I don't even like talking half the time. I never was the greatest speech person in school, so I want y'all to just understand I'm trying to pronounce these words. But methionine is primarily dealing with the neuron, which is the brain. So, which means that the best thing to get, one of the best things to consume to help with methionine is mushrooms. Mushrooms has a lot of brain. Mushrooms have a lot of amino acids inside them that help with brain activity. So we're talking about, portobello mushrooms. We're talking about lion's mane mushrooms. You know, we're talking about bear mushroom. You know, these things help with the brain. So just to make sure you guys, you know, understand where I'm coming from with these amino acids, remember that protein is what amino acids is. Okay. When people say, oh, you got to get your protein, remember, protein is nothing but amino acids. Okay. That means that anything that is living alive, any living thing down there can be a protein. I repeat, almost any living thing can be a protein. Okay. So when people use protein so much, they don't even know what they're talking about half of the time. Okay. It's not protein that you should be focusing on. It's amino acids that align with your DNA, that correlates with your DNA. If your DNA contains specific amino acids, you should be consuming those alkaloid amino acids. Repeat, alkaloid amino acids. The reason why I say alkaloid amino acids is because alkaloid amino acids has electrons. Okay, electrons is everything. If you don't have electrons around in your body, if you don't have electrons, you're going to slowly deteriorate. You're going to die. Okay, electrons is part of the electrical current. It's part of everything that surrounds things that are active. Okay, negative ions, for example, are things that you should always be around, because negative ions is a good thing. Too many positive ions is not a good thing. Okay, when there's electrons missing in the negative ion changes and is now no longer a negative ion. So you have to understand that alkaloid food, which is electric food, is the key. Animals do not have electron amino acids. Okay, their electron amino acids are specifically for them. The electron amino acids that come from the plants, alkaloid amino acids, are specifically designed to correlate with the human DNA. The same way it's designed for the animal, but the difference is when you're eating the animal, you're also eating the other amino acids that animal correlates with its DNA. Okay, so this is why you should not consume a lot of meat. Okay, it's not correlating with your DNA. So I'm going to end it there. And if you guys have any questions, just, hit me up. Like I said, I ain't no expert in this. This is just from research that I put together. Okay. All right. It's your boy Scholar G. I'm out, and have a blessed night. Peace.